Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt, and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching episode 3 of The Haunting of Bly Manor. What'd you think of last episode?
I mean, I'm really liking this series in general.
It's definitely taking its time. There's a lot of questions, not a lot of answers, but I'm sure all of that will come. Obviously, we're only 2 episodes in.
Yeah, I'm enjoying all of the characters and kind of learning about them. But yes, like you said, we're getting a lot more questions than answers at this point. So I'm excited to keep going and kind of get a little bit more in general.
Yeah. And going through the edit of last episode, it was, I think, pretty clear that it was Miles who was running in the church. And there was a lot of evidence. It's like every single time he did something, the church was like, okay, we were going to expel you, but... So he kept having to kind of increase the amount of crimes that he was doing to try to get home.
Yeah.
I think that might just be exactly what it seems to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes obviously we're trying to throw in some like ghost element into it, but I think it was literally just him really trying to get home.
He got the note from Flora and he knew that he had to get home, and as far as he went, he did what it took to get home. Still kind of interested in the language of the key that he used, because it came up twice. Obviously the key for the priest was the bird.
Right.
So I guess maybe that's just like, it's like your breaking point potentially, or that's like the line.
Right.
Is whatever your key is, but kind of curious to see if that kind of comes into play a little bit more. And then obviously we just got a lot of spiritual ghostly activity at the house. So
yeah, definitely a lot of activity at the house.
Yeah.
So it ended on quite a bang with that hide and seek game. So I'm excited to kind of see where it picks up.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full length reaction to this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on our Instagrams, Twitch, or Twitter, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the episode.
He's awake.
Oh, thank God.
He's awake.
Picking up where we left off.
All right, let's find out who this is.
1 year. Sharp-dressed man.
It's like stark difference in character.
Oh, this is the uncle's office.
Good eye.
The nanny. Au pair here.
So far, he doesn't seem super evil or anything.
No.
Seems like it's his assistant.
Oh.
Do you need a minute?
No.
There you go. Resourceful.
You have a stain on your blouse.
You're sure this is him? Remember Quint, all right? Figured he'd be half a world away on a beach somewhere.
So he's not dead?
Yeah. And what the hell did he do?
Raised bank accounts last year. Over £200,000.
Oh.
Suppose my lights scared him off. Whomever he was. Not much else we can do for now, I'm afraid.
Stole 200.
Not sure what else you'd like me to do.
Anything, really.
I'll call Mr. Wingrave as well. He's probably still in touch with your superior.
I'll take another drive around the property.
There you go. Good job, Hannah. Yeah, so, I mean, I totally thought he was a ghost.
I mean, maybe he is.
And that's why they can't find him?
Yeah.
Where are you going with that?
I'm gonna do my own sweep.
Dang, Danny. So pretty.
How are they coping?
I mean, their parents didn't come home. They don't comprehend much beyond that.
I feel like they comprehend quite a bit.
Yeah, I think he's severely underestimating them.
Why, hello there.
Splendid.
Hi there. You want to be our very own Mary Poppins?
I am perfectly splendid.
Oh, that's where she got it from?
I must show you everything. You must see this.
Wonder if he keeps that, some sort of connection with him through a physical object.
Maybe.
As she walked the grounds of Bly for the first time, wishing that she might never leave. She never would.
Jeez, that turned real dark. Also, literally dark.
Transitions are always so good.
Yeah.
From time to time.
I mean, I don't think she should be out here at night more than just being afraid of Peter.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That might come in handy. Does like Hannah always keep these candles lit or something?
Let's go.
Are you gonna flicker back on? Okay.
I kind of thought the same.
What about your mum?
It's just for one night. She's already fast asleep.
Ooh, I don't like that.
They stay up all night,
Flora.
and it's going to be perfectly...
Just crashed hard. I'm surprised she's not so concerned about them being in their rooms.
You want the poker or the shotgun?
Candlestick in the library.
I get that now.
Why would he call the dead woman?
He might not know she's dead.
Oh. So he left
Before.
Or maybe he misses her. He calls the house now and then, hoping she'll pick up, which she never does.
Makes a lot of sense.
He comes on back to find out why.
I wouldn't fancy being there when Peter Quint finds out Rebecca Jessel is dead.
Really obsessed with her.
Come in.
Am I interrupting? I'm here on an errand for Sir Henry.
Flowers just like Miles.
And I thought they were for Miss Jessel, and I was so dreadfully jealous. I don't know why Flora gets so silly about a few stupid flowers.
You get punched in the face?
Oh, he's had that mark.
Oh, had he?
Mhm.
Okay.
Different keys for different doors. You have to try out different keys until you find the one that works.
There we go.
And for women, it's flowers.
Then why did you give the flowers to Flora?
I didn't.
Wow.
We're learning a lot now.
Yes.
So it's either he does have like some sort of control over Miles, or he was just very influential on Miles.
The kids are very sweet, even if I'm mopping up their muddy footprints sometimes.
That's already happening.
You're too good for it.
Hmm.
I don't care if Henry can't see it. I can. I said to him, one day I might be working for her.
But first, I need a pupillage. A sea of old men trying to run a hand up your skirt.
Wow.
Now you have their wife or child vouching for you.
Smart.
Henry is a QC and a master in trade legislation, but you knew that when you applied, didn't you? I see.
Had a plan from the very beginning. Oh.
I should go. I'm sorry.
Doesn't seem like such an evil presence, you know?
That's what I was going to say. There has to be more to the story.
But thank you for the drink and the company.
I like them.
Yeah.
She seems very stable and driven and happy.
Right?
So I wonder what changed or if things aren't as they seem.
Right. Because now both of them take a drastic turn.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid old, I haven't slept well for days.
It's too late now. Come on.
She doesn't eat, but she sleeps.
Yeah, finally.
I don't know why so many people mix up love and possession. He didn't just trap her, he trapped himself.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, didn't they say that Rebecca, she killed herself by walking into the lake? I thought she was the lady in the lake, but if she's at the house in the past and there's already muddy footprints, someone else is in the lake.
Yeah.
I had a bad dream.
Oh.
I hurt you, and it made me feel sad.
That's not good.
Yeah.
He's dreaming about hurting them now?
I mean, he didn't feel good about it.
Yeah. What? That's a lot more aggressive than just a reflection in the mirror.
Yeah. I have to find out who that is, too.
Right there! Stop peeking at my car's mouth! Miss Jessel, he's cheating!
I've got some errands to do for your uncle, so he sent me here for at least a few days.
Oh, wow. Is that Peter?
I hope so. Okay, I really hope so.
Especially if she's going out there. We already know there's muddy footprints in the house. I feel like they're gonna develop something. Uh-oh. More.
Same crack.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Oh,
Good morning.
She's still lighting 4 candles, but we only know of 3 deaths.
Mr. McQueenie next door could look in on Mum today. I'm sure she can use a day without me. It might make all the difference, really.
I hope a good one. I mean, he did say he only had eyes for Hannah.
Once we find Flora, let's make a day of it.
What do you mean find Flora? Isn't she in her room?
Great. I feel like this is not Miles right now. Whenever he talks very, like, proper.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You're beautiful. Peter was even saying so himself this morning. He stayed the night, you know.
Oh, really? Dang, Flora.
Flora? No! No!
Who was that?
Was there someone in there? Oh! I didn't see her at first. I was looking like in the water.
She was by the lake, but she hates the lake.
Flora lies.
Even the way he's walking.
Yeah, he walks like an adult.
Come back to bed, please.
Okay. There's a first red flag. That was abruptly aggressive.
Yeah.
Have you been in the wine cellar?
Henry's blessed. Save you a glass if you like. It is a lovely year.
It's definitely acting way different.
Yeah, and it's the morning?
Yeah.
Do you trust me?
Yes, I trust you.
Seeing the possession side.
Yeah.
Whose is that?
It's yours.
Just take that from the closet.
Henry said this was yours, if you want it.
This belonged to
You never want it. Don't feel bad.
That's super strange.
Yeah. He has, like, flipped a switch.
Let me show you just how beautiful you are.
It's the photos.
Yeah. There you go. This is it. Definitely a fast-moving relationship. I feel like it can't have been more than like a few months.
Oh.
The children, Rebecca, are on the lawn by
Yes,
themselves.
of course.
Oh. Maybe put your shirt on. Oh man, how's he gonna react to Hannah?
So help me God, I will drag you out of this house by your bloody hair, throw you into that dirty lake. Do you understand me?
Maybe that's some foreshadowing.
Clean this up. It's almost supper.
Ooh.
Hannah's got some fire to her. And Peter rapidly turned into a piece of shit out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But you should add more strawberry. My turn.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
No.
I'm battered woman.
Sakes.
Oh, finally.
So something happens.
Thank you.
What's going on?
Oh.
Wow.
I'm going back to London.
What do you mean?
If you're going to flirt with him right in front of me.
Oh, what?
If you get hungry while I'm gone, why don't you see if Owen can find something to stuff into your mouth, since you're okay with that, apparently. Do you have any idea what you look like?
Jesus.
He asked me to taste his batter.
Fuck!
What the hell? Owen was flirting with Hannah.
He didn't. You misunderstand.
You'll be fine.
Okay, so he's crazy.
I thought there would maybe be a progression or something because he seemed like a genuinely perfectly fine guy. But that was literally like within a few hours, he suddenly totally flipped.
Peter.
Oh. That time.
They hung up.
It's story time.
Oh, good story time.
Does she really need to look any creepier?
Right, it's your first story time.
Yeah.
They do this a lot.
Oh.
The wine.
Welcome to story time.
Go, Flora!
Left the puppets at home. Soon, they forgot they had strings.
It's getting bad.
So he pulled on their strings, and it hurt.
Thank Christ, Peter Quint to the rescue.
Seriously, what the fuck, Miles? Oh, it looks like he just came to.
Sorry, Pete. Bad news, but she's dead. No, yeah, he is. Just one moment.
Oh no.
I am so sorry, Owen.
Oh my God, he wasn't there. One day wouldn't hurt.
I'm going to light a candle.
Poor Owen.
I'm so glad you stayed. I am too.
Do it. That's a start.
Who the hell knew?
Now she's alone, though, at night. Oh no, it's way too quiet. Holy. Just got ripped into the house. Whew, what the hell? Alright, that was episode 3 of The Haunting of Bly Manor. What'd you think?
I feel like there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, there was a little bit more learning in this episode than previous.
Yep.
But still, like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, so I guess we can start with Peter and Rebecca.
Yeah.
That was a roller coaster.
Peter started out really nice. He was Henry's, like, right-hand man, essentially. Clearly really liked Rebecca in the beginning. Maybe even helped her get the job. There didn't really seem to be that many warning signs from Peter. And then after they spend one night together, I assume they did it, and then he just became ultra possessive.
Yeah, and you know, he tricked us as well. Like, when they talked about, I mean, everyone kind of in the house talking about that he stole, it sounded like over 200 grand.
Yeah.
It just was like, no, there's got to be more to this story, because he seemed so genuine. And I really liked the pairing of Peter and Rebecca together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it got very dark. I mean, he was extremely possessive. The way that he grabbed her when she went to leave the room.
That was just like, whoa.
Yeah, it escalated so quickly. Hannah kind of having to stick up and be like, no.
Yeah.
Then the Owen situation was so ridiculous.
I mean, literally, they didn't even like look at each other for like 99% of that scene, for that cooking scene. It was literally just at one point where she tried the cake batter, and it wasn't like she was the first one.
No.
Like, she was in the middle, and Owen just got finished flirting with Hannah.
Yeah.
Like, that was a huge stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he literally fed everyone and tried to feed Peter.
Yeah.
Before he stuck his fingers in the batter.
Right.
So that was just insane. I'm very curious if he'll come back again. I'm assuming yes. And, you know, maybe he's going to push her to the point of going into that lake. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she did seem very sad and almost like apologetic when he was clearly very jealous and yelling at her and leaving. So he clearly had already kind of got his claws stuck into her.
Yeah, it was very manipulative, the way that he turned that around on her and making her think that she was crazy and that she had done this when she didn't even know what he was talking about.
Yeah, so that was interesting. I mean, we got this backstory with finally seeing the first au pair and seeing a lot of Peter, and boy, did it turn very bad. It also was, I mean, obviously it's difficult to tell time, but I can't assume it was more than a few months, and they might have only had a few interactions. I mean, it wasn't like they had been going back and forth for a while, and there was multiple times where maybe she had a conversation with just her and Owen or something. It was literally like everything was perfect. They had sex, they woke up in the morning, and he was a complete monster.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can think of is either, yes, he is just absolute monster and he's very good at being genuine and allowing people to feel like they can have him close to him, or there's something else that's going on with the house, because all of this time we were told that Rebecca walked into the lake and that's how she died. I assumed the person who was coming out of the lake and the muddy footprints back and forth was Rebecca.
Same.
But those muddy footprints are already happening before Rebecca's even there.
Yeah.
So the house is already super fucking haunted. So I don't know. Was Peter walking around late at night on his way towards Rebecca's room and had an interaction with a ghost or something and got fucked up, and that's when everything just dramatically turned, or he's just a shitty person.
Yeah, no, I mean, at this point, he just seems awful, but I don't know. I mean, after watching Hill House, it's like you can't take anything really at like face value.
No, exactly. I mean, like, we've seen examples of seeing the same thing yet from different perspectives and having it be wildly different. And
Yeah.
they even had a moment last episode where they briefly discussed that.
Yeah.
Until we see more, all we can do is just guess based off of the information that we have.
Right. And then also Peter, we kind of saw how much he kind of influenced Miles.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, is he just very influential? And Miles is at a place where he lost his father figure, and this is the only adult male that he's like really looking up to. So that's when we learned about the key thing, about the flowers, the way that Peter talks and walks and carries himself. Or in present time, is there a stronger connection between Peter and Miles?
Yeah, some kind of possession or something.
That physical possession with
the
a
lighter.
lighter. I mean, even when Peter gave it to Miles, he said, like, this is the only piece of my father that, like, I don't know if he said connects me or something, but he definitely had a little bit of dialogue how that lighter connects him with his father.
Right.
So now is this lighter connecting Miles with Peter? Because even Flora, with all of these dolls, there's physical representations of what's going on.
Right.
So.
And she mentioned again that these dolls are real.
Yeah.
Like, these aren't make believe.
Right. Every single one of these dolls represents something in the house, and there's some creepy fucking dolls.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think back. I still don't think the doll that's under the dresser, I don't think that was the Rebecca doll.
No, because the Rebecca doll is all in black. And the one under the dresser, I think, has like a white dress on or something. It has black hair and a white dress, I think.
I thought it was like gray or blue.
Okay,
like, still
it could
some
be
color, but I
yeah.
don't think it was black.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, a lot to kind of dig into with the dolls still, but we know that Rebecca is not the lady in the lake.
No, there's someone else in the lake, even though Rebecca is by the lake.
Yeah, and Flora wanted to be at the lake with Rebecca.
Yeah.
And she like freaked out
When she got taken away.
Right.
But she also didn't look very happy or anything when she was there. Like, she was like in a trance or something.
Yeah.
When Danny kind of grabbed her and pulled her away.
Right. So that was interesting. And then we have Owen and Hannah.
Yeah.
I love that like kind of blossoming connection that they have. Hannah's obviously got a lot going on. She's seeing these cracks.
Yeah, and, you know, she's lighting these candles for dead people, and now she's already lighting 4, and as far as I know, we only know of 3 deaths.
Yeah.
And now she's lighting, I assume, a 5th one for Owen's mom.
Right. So that was heartbreaking for Owen. I mean, it was one of those things that we both kind of had a feeling was going to happen while he was away, especially, you know, just because he does everything he can to take care of his mom, and the one day that he's not there.
Of course that's what would happen.
Right. So that was sad to see. And then we have kind of this maybe budding romance with Danny and Jamie.
Yeah, it was starting to be implied, I feel like, even last episode.
Yeah.
And it just kind of continued this one, and, you know, I think there's something there.
I think that was funny, though, her comment that she made when she got in the car.
Yeah, like, oh, who knew, or whatever, who would have guessed?
Yeah. So, I don't know, there's still a ton of questions. I'm glad we got to see kind of who Peter is and that relationship that he has with Rebecca. I feel like this is going to be huge.
And the fact that everyone doesn't think Peter's dead, yet Peter's spirit or ghost or presence is at the house.
But I think it's kind of obvious that Peter is calling.
I feel like that too. Yeah, that was another point I wanted to focus on, is they finally, when Danny said like Peter, and then the phone hung up on their end first.
Yeah.
So it could be Peter calling.
Yeah.
And I also feel like there's maybe some sort of significance. I have to look back, but whenever there's a phone call, I feel like there might be a transition with Miles. I would need to go back and actually look through the episodes, but I feel like I picked up on it last episode. There was, I feel like, a phone off the hook, or someone called, and then that's when Miles had the conversation with Danny and gave her the roses.
Okay.
There was another phone call here when Miles kind of almost stumbled forward a little bit into his chair, almost like he kind of regained consciousness or something.
Yeah, I did notice that.
I could be wildly off, but I feel like whenever there's a phone call, there's something that switches in the house. So if it keeps happening, I need to make sure I pay attention to that.
Yeah, no, I did notice that in this episode. I don't think I realized in the last.
Yeah, honestly, it might be in every episode. If I went back to the first, there might be an instance, because it's been happening since the first episode. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. That's something that I want to pay closer attention to moving forward.
Yeah. And I want to like Miles, but he just he creeps me out.
Yeah, he's fucking super creepy.
So that's Miles.
Even Flora's getting creepier and creepier. But every time we see them in the past with Rebecca, it wasn't much, but they both seemed just like kids.
Yeah.
They didn't really seem weird or anything. They just seemed like kids.
Yeah. I mean, they've been through a lot. I mean, they lost their parents and they lost Rebecca. But it seems like there has got to be some kind of outside influence to the why they're acting the way they are.
Yeah. And I guess the last thing was whatever Danny is seeing. Mm-hmm. Whoever, clearly someone she knows from the past or from the States, it's getting way more aggressive. It used to just be in the reflection.
Yeah.
Then it was the hand in the bed that was all bloody.
That was crazy.
And then literally outside staring at her. And I was trying to pay attention to what was going on in the glasses, but it just looked like an orange something.
Yeah, I don't know. The glasses remind me of headlights.
And the glasses are cracked.
Yes.
So maybe he gets hit by a car or something.
Yeah, maybe she hits him or, but the way that he kind of got sucked into the house, I don't know if that's significant or if that's represents maybe falling from a tall place or I don't know.
That could be falling for sure, or the house is ooh, a spirit, and just ripped him into the house or something.
But I think he's already been in the house. She saw his reflection.
But maybe he's just been slowly getting pulled out of the reflection, and then he got, into the bed, and now they have a fully physically represented, and now, boop, house got him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So very curious to see on that as well. I'm sure we'll find out very soon who he is, maybe even next episode. Since we've kind of gone through and we got, pretty quickly we got to see the whole Peter-Rebecca relationship.
Yeah, it gave us quite a bit for that.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying this series and I'm excited to keep figuring out more.
It definitely feels more like a mystery.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to kind of, come up with all these crazy theories. I'm sure none of them are correct, but based off of the information we have so far, whatever, we're going with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot of fun. Not only is it a very good show, it has its scary moments, it's very well acted, but it's also just been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited to keep going.
Me too.
So if you would like to see the full-length reaction to this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all those links will be in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.